Are you looking for ideas to set up your own YouTube channel? Well, on this video, I'm going to share with you the audio equipment I use, the video gear I use, and lighting kit I'm using to set up my channel and how you can do it at home for yourself. So hi guys, welcome. My name is Laith Wallace. Welcome to Wallace TV, where you can improve your life through creative advice. And I'm going to switch it up today. Normally I'm speaking to UX designers, but even if you are a UX designer or anybody out there, I want to help you learn how you can set up your own studio at home. So I'm going to take up this camera right now and walk you through my home studio. So as I get started today, what I want to do is show you my setup and why I have things the way they are. At the moment, I'm just renting in this small place, but the rooms are not that big. So although they're not that big, what I want to do is make sure that I position the lighting in a way so that as it hits my face, it can just be as bright as possible, can really highlight some of my facial features. Primarily, you want to make sure your eyes are lit really, really well and that your whole face is lit well. I noticed that with this light, I have this softbox inside it as well. So if I was to open it up and just show you how the light works, inside the light, I don't know if you guys can see it. You can't really see it properly. So what I'm gonna do, I just adjust the ISO on this. So you can literally see inside the light a bit more. Inside it, guys, there is a silver panel that goes all the way around it. There's an actual additional diffuser here. There's two sets of diffusion. One set of diffusion here, and there's another set of diffusion on the outside. That double layer of diffusion allows the light to be 2 times as soft. So what that means is that as it hits my face, I don't get really hard shadow, really hard light reflection on my head or anything like that. And the position of my light is in the top right of my room, or top right in comparison to where my face is, and the light is always above me. So as the light shines down above me, or sometimes I might lower the tripod of this light and then make the light shine into my face, depending on what I'm trying to achieve. So sometimes during the day, the light from the outside can be quite bright, the daylight. So it just depends on how the light is working outside, how it's working for me or against me. And I use this positioning of this light here to make sure that I'm really lit well. So because I'm always sitting at the table, I want to make sure that the whole table is lit really well, and that because I'm mainly filmed with this white background behind me, I want to make sure that's lit well as well. Soon I'm going to be putting some bookshelves here just behind me, just to give the set a bit more flavor. At the moment, I'm using the Canon 5D Mark III, and the reason why I'm using the Canon 5D Mark III is because I've been using it for years. I love Canons, I love the color on cameras, I love just the amount of things I can do with the footage that comes out the Canon 5D Mark III. Some of the lenses I have, currently I'm using a 24-70 2.8 L series lens on the camera as I'm filming now, but I also have a, let me try and focus up so you guys can see. See here, I have a 24 to 105. Let me line it up so you guys can see. 24 to 105 f4. This is an L series lens as well. That's a really good lens. It's kind of the 24 to 70 2.8 I find is a good all-round lens, especially in a space like this. It also gives me really great picture as well. So here I have a 70 to 200. 2.8 Mark I Canon, but I wouldn't really use it in this space. It's so much longer lens. You don't want to use a lens like this in a small space. The 24 to 70, you want a more of a wider lens in this space as well. So it's definitely much better for you to think about the type of lens that you're going to be using as well. Here you can see got some editing going on my Mac, and you know, always got some great motivation in the back. Christo, guys over, and this guy here over at Flux TV on YouTube. Really love the work that they do. But as you can see, guys, my home studio is really small. I used to have the table in the corner before, but I moved the table from the corner to be in the center of the room so that I can actually have this white background just behind me, so you can pay attention to me as I'm speaking to you. But soon I'm going to have like a bookshelf on the wall, just to give it a bit more flavor as well. So when it comes onto what's actually in my bag, I have the front of my bag. I always put my cables in here. I also have like a small camera And I normally use this camera for things like when I'm doing stuff on the road, or sometimes I film on the weekends with a friend of mine, and we're always filming together, doing like Facebook Lives. So we use this Logitech HD camera. It's a webcam, by the way. Also in my bag as well, I have a Zoom H4n. I use it to record all of the audio. Zoom H4n is really good sound recorder, audio recorder. To be honest, at its price point, I believe it's one of the best in the market, but I'm biased to the Zooms. I've been using it for years as well. Also, as another microphone, I use this Rode mic, Video Rode Mic Pro. I've been using this camera, this one for years as well. I do recommend this as a great audio mic to use. It sits just on top of your camera, and you get volume changes as well, so you can go from -10 to 0 to 20 decibels. You can use it as a shotgun mic, like a mini shotgun mic. It's really good. I've also got, like, in here, I also carry extra batteries with me. No matter where I am, I always have additional batteries. You see here, tons of batteries everywhere. I've got a 50mm 1.4. So this is great for portrait photography, but I mainly use this if I want to film like an interview or anything like that, then this is definitely good. But if I'm filming an interview with 2 people, then I use my 24-70. Normally my 24-70 is actually my go-to lens, so I use it for everything. Over here I've just got more additional chargers for the camera, and then I use this kind of Energizer battery charger when I'm charging the batteries for my Sennheiser G3. I also have a portable lighting kit, a portable kit here. So this is something that I find really great. What it allows me to do is it's like a panel. It's actually a lighting panel. So with this panel, what I can do is that, I can actually show you guys. See here? So, right up here is a much bigger light, but with this lighting panel, it's really powerful. Even though it's small, it's not just as powerful as the one up here. But the truth is that this one doesn't have a diffuser box around it. So the light can be a lot harsher when that's being used, and that's something you want to be very mindful of when you're picking your lighting kit. Make sure you pick a lighting kit that gives you some levels of diffusion. And don't just pick a light that just shines directly onto your face. Try and use some diffusion as well. Yeah, so as you can see, guys, I have a really small studio. I'm very intentional about the way I've set it up and how I set it up. So I hope that's been helpful for somebody, and I do encourage you to do yours as well. Hey guys, I hope that's really been helpful for you. So my question of the day is, are you thinking of starting your own YouTube channel, and what is holding you back? If there's anything holding you back from starting your own YouTube channel, then definitely check out this guy called Sean Cannell. Sean Cannell, he's been exceptionally helpful to help me get my YouTube channel off the ground and knowing what to look for, what to buy. I kind of already knew a lot about cameras anyway, because I was already filming prior, but in the context of YouTube and helping you get off the ground with YouTube, Sean Cannell is great. And he also helps you to know, look, you don't have to spend as much as I have. You don't need a Canon 5D Mark III or any of these things. You can really just get yourself off the ground on a real tight budget. But I just wanted to show you that you don't really need a lot of space or anything like that to actually start filming. And I believe heavily in execution. So really get out there. If you're thinking of starting it, it's a great way to get your ideas out there. And it's something powerful that you can do right now. So definitely get started, no matter what you want to describe yourself as or what you want to talk about. Talk about something you're passionate about, something you believe in, and something that you believe will solve a real problem for somebody else who you care about as well. So I hope this has been exceptionally helpful for you today. Once again, click that red button and subscribe. And not only that, I'd love for you to keep in touch with me, holler at me. In the description box, you'll find all of the details to get in touch with me. Not only that, I'll also provide some links to where you can get all of this equipment as well. So I hope that's been truly helpful. Keep in touch, and remember, you can always improve your life through creative advice, no matter what the advice is doing. As long as it's creative for you, it can definitely help you to be where you want to be. So have a great day and take care.